What's up everyone, I'm Don Ferguson and welcome back to another kick-ass episode of Something New here in the Teeqlife Basement Bar. Okay, on this week's episode, we're going back in time and we're trying a brand that we had on before. But this time, we're trying their Anejo. I'm talking about Tequila Gran Diamante, a super luxury tequila brand. You know you've heard of it. So let's find a tasting glass and get this show started. Roll the intro. So before we get to tasting Gran Diamante Anejo, let's talk a little bit about the finer points of this brand. Now you may remember we tried their Plata and their Reposado before. I don't have the Reposado anymore. That shit was amazing and we drank it all. Gran Diamante, it means Grand Diamond. And this is like a diamond rating bottle. We've talked about it before. Make sure to watch the last episode that we did for Gran Diamante, so that way you learn a little bit more about this bottle. It is NAM 1443. It's an ultra premium luxury tequila brand, and it's 100% Blue Weber agave. Now the agave that Gran Diamante uses is grown in rich red volcanic soil. Now the soil can impact the taste tremendously, so make sure to watch all the way to the end of this video in the Teeqlife Truth, where we talk a little bit more about agave. So this Anejo is aged 18 months in French oak barrels. But what's unusual is they use virgin, unused French oak barrels, which is really cool. This bottle is just amazing. That's enough talking. Let's crack it open and get to tasting. Alright, that was a tight seal. Now if you've watched the other episodes, you know why I love a tight seal on a bottle, especially for tequila, because rumor has it it can actually evaporate over time. We don't want any evaporation here. Oh, look at that top. That's amazing. So I am letting it breathe. I'm using a Glencairn glass, but when anything is kind of special, like an Anejo or an extra Anejo, I actually use my signature old Rip Van Winkle Distillery Glencairn. Just kind of puts a buzz about it, makes it a little bit more special. Okay, now in previous episode we talked about the frosted bottle. I really like the sleek design of it, but there's no reason to go over it. They're just a different color with this one, that it's black and, you know, it matches gold. And I'm a Steelers fan, black and gold. That's not going to have anything to do with this tasting, I promise you. Let's just go into the color. Jeez, you people are killing me. It is beautiful gold. Just like we said. It's like a honey or a golden straw. In the light, it just looks really regal. The legs, the tears, I mean, it just has a nice body. It's not syrupy. There's a lot of amazing things going on so far. And I smell it already in the air. I'm just going to tell you. It's just anything that's really good, it just billows out like smoke, and you already kind of get it. So it does have a sweetness. You pick up the agave that you had in the Plata, if you watched that episode, which, Jesus, just watch the episode. But yeah, it's like honey, got a little bit of spice, a slight pepper. There's some caramel. Using those French oak barrels does give it a little bit more of a unique character, a little bit more depth in the body, and you can pick it up in the aroma because it's not like it's definitely not like a American white oak. There are some differences. The spice that I'm talking about is kind of like a cinnamon, and I really picked it up that time. So like a cinnamon, very slight, very subtle, and nutmeg. But yeah, you get a little bit of that barrel, but man, you're not losing any of that agave, which is just absolutely fantastic. That's what you want in a premium luxury brand tequila, like Tequila Gran Diamante. Let's just go in for the taste. Wow. Oh, wow. It's creamy. So it's got like a velvety upfront creaminess that I've tasted before, but not in a lot of brands. So right off the bat, I really like that. There's a lot of ultra premium luxury brands out there on the market. The bottles are like this tall, just so that way when you walk through the club, everybody's looking. They put the sparklers in them. It's like the Statue of Liberty walking through the club, basically. But so far, like, yeah, it's just, you pick up that agave. There's a nice creaminess to it. Nice and sweet. I pick up some butterscotch, a little bit of caramel. It's got a little spice to it, so there is a little heat, and it does linger, but it doesn't linger forever. It just kind of smooths its way out. It just, you know, like when you're at Thanksgiving dinner and it's time to do the dishes, you just kind of ease your way out. That's what it does. Man, this is really good. This is an elegant sipping tequila. I'm enjoying this. Yeah, I'm picking up that butterscotch, caramel. Not much heat or spice at all on the finish, but I did pick up that cinnamon just now that I spoke about in the aroma. Almost has like a chocolate, like a very subtle chocolate finish as well, which is really unique. There's just a lot going on in this glass. I don't know if it's the Rip Van Winkle Glencairn or what, but this is truly phenomenal. So I've been sipping, you know, taking little baby sips, and here's what I really like is I love seeing these elegant bottles when the juice matches. You know, when it's a situation where there's a lot of amazing bottles out there, and I've had some of them, I have some of them, you know, and it's just when the juice doesn't match, you feel ripped off. You're getting your money's worth with this one. I really enjoy it. Is it Teeqlife approved? Absolutely. 100% Teeqlife approved. This is a phenomenal sipping añejo. One that I definitely think you should try. And I'm just going to turn it up a notch. You are at the club. I don't want the sparklers in this. I want a bottle light. I want to put it on a pedestal, and with this frosted glass, it's like purple, and then it changes to pink, and then it changes to yellow. That's some baller shit. So this is a baller tequila, so why wouldn't you have some baller shit at the club? Alright, so my glass is getting low, so that wraps up another episode of Something New here in the Teeqlife Basement Bar. Tequila Gran Diamante. We've tried all three of them. Fantastic. Loved them. An añejo just speaks to my heart, but that reposado, it's empty. I need another one. Make sure to subscribe to the Teeqlife YouTube channel. Turn the notification bell on so you don't miss any other episodes. Follow us on social media because we do post what's coming up on future episodes. And if there's anything you think we should be trying, hit that email. Stay tuned for the Teeqlife Truth. We're going to be talking all about agave. Hey, glad you watched all the way through for another Teeqlife Truth where we're going to talk about agave. And if you didn't know already, tequila comes from agave. Now the word agave comes from the Greek word agavos, which means noble or illustrious. And to me, tequila is absolutely hands down a noble spirit. So there's 250 different species of agave in the world, but only one can be used to create tequila. Any guesses? Yes, you're right. The Blue Weber agave. That's the only one that can be used to create tequila. Now, to make tequila, the agave has to grow 7 to 9 years to reach full maturation to where it can get harvested to begin the tequila process. So 7 to 9 years just to begin making this. Outrageous, but it gets better. Now I know what you're asking. Don, why do they only use Blue Weber agave? Well, the Blue Weber agave plant actually holds more sugars than all of the other species of agave. And you want that sugar to add to the sweetness of tequila. A good premium tequila, not a mixto. Big difference. Now the soil that the agave is grown in can totally impact the flavor profile. So depending on what soil it is, it can be peppery, earthy, it can be mineral rich, it can have a citrus tone to it, a spiciness, it can also have some floral tones. That's how soil that agave is grown in actually affects it. Now tequila is a very protected spirit. The DO, the denomination of origin, actually allows for only a few states in Mexico to produce tequila. Most tequilas are actually produced and distilled in Jalisco. Alright, last thing. Here's where it gets fun. A lot of people think agave is a cactus. It's a form of a cactus plant. Other people say aloe vera. Some people just say it's a succulent. What do you think? Drop your answer in the comments below, and on a future episode, we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about that. I'll give you a hint. It's one of those three. Anyway, life's too short to drink bad liquor. Choose wisely, my friends. We'll see you on the next episode.